Hello, my name is Joanie Papillon. I am from Montreal, Quebec, and I am a puppet arts major in my junior year. I'm so sorry I couldn't be there with you today, but I really wanted to make this video to send a huge thank you to all the donors. And also, I thought you might be interested in hearing a little bit about what we do in the puppet arts department and also as puppeteers. Um, yeah, I'm from Canada, as I just mentioned, and every time I come down the border, we have a grand old time when the border agents ask me, "Oh, you study puppet arts. What does that mean? What does one study?" And I could go in length, but most of the time my answer is something like, "Well, we act with puppets, we learn how to perform puppets, and then we also learn how to build them, and there's actually quite a bit of engineering in them." And then that's usually when they dismiss me. But really, puppet studies are so vast and wide. It's true, we do manipulation and performance, vocal work, physical work, but we also do dramaturgical work. We study texts that have been written for puppetry and not for puppetry, and how to adapt those. Um, and sometimes we study and we argue about really random things like how to mouth the word syllable with a moving mouth puppet, or what's the metaphorical meaning of a door or a window. Or sometimes we just do plain old doll wiggling, and that's fine too. But when they ask me, well, what's the big plan? What do you do with that puppet degree? That I have a lot to answer to, because I actually already have a small puppet company in Montreal. It's called Meute Monde. It's a nonprofit, and it is dedicated to making the live arts accessible. So we tour schools, festivals, outdoor community events. We go to municipalities and libraries, and we do cheap shows that are really good shows also. And the whole purpose is that those young kids and families can have access to quality performing arts and become interested in it at a young age. So of course I'm going to keep doing that, but I think puppetry is kind of everywhere and everything, and people don't know that. Sometimes when we say I'm a puppeteer, they all see us with those sock puppets. And really, puppetry is on TV, and very many examples of popular puppetry like Sesame Street and all that good stuff. But there's also now, in these contemporary times, puppetry at the opera with giant, really impressive puppets, sometimes set puppets, which I'm very interested in, and I build giant puppets. Puppetry is also in the streets. There's lots of companies that do works that are for outdoor performance, installations, wanderings, and parades. And puppetry is also in very niche theaters and artistic communities that are interested in more abstract narratives, perhaps, works that are at the intersection of fine arts and performing arts. And so I would say there's actually lots that I am already doing. This year, we also founded another puppet company here with an American friend of mine that studies in the puppet arts department. This company is called Breakfast Puppet. And we founded this entity as a means to start building co-productions across the US and my company in Canada. And these co-productions are mostly for families, for touring schools and community events, but we're also using them as platforms to create new works and do artistic research towards innovative stuff. Yeah, so this award is huge for me. And as you can hear, I already have experience in this industry as a professional. I also studied before this BFA at the Canadian College of Performing Arts. But I hope that you believe that this is immensely significant because when I did those things, it was still a little bit like we were the wire walker. It was still a little bit tiptoeing into this very challenging industry, which is the performing arts. And it all started actually 10 years ago when I convinced my parents that I needed to study ballet in a ballet school. Um, and so, yeah, I was 18 then. I was going to college. I did a double degree in ballet school and pre-medical school, which is a bit of a different system in Canada. But then from there, I went to the Canadian College of Performing Arts. I moved back home, started my company, and even though I had that degree, my parents were supportive, but every time I phoned them, they expected me to be asking for money. um, and so when COVID happened and I decided to come back here and study puppetry, there was still a little bit of like, well, what's the big plan and what's really going to happen? And now that I'm here and I am getting so much support and recognition for the work that I'm doing, and this recognition is through awards like this, but also through being on the dean's list and maintaining a very high GPA and being selected to perform in shows at the school and to direct student projects, being offered the SURF grant from the Office of Undergraduate Research for a summer project for building a giant puppet. All of these is what really got my parents to chill out over this last year, and me too. Now I know that it's not just me fighting for something that's in my head, but I have all this support from a big network and from a community, an artistic community that's ready to welcome me and to work with me. And I am very grateful for that. So I hope this was educational and also heartfelt. I am really grateful for the support that you offer, and I hope that you can all make it to a puppet show sometime in Storrs, Connecticut. Thank you so much, and have a great day.